Hey there. So before we jump in, I have a question for you. And that is, what do you absolutely love about what you do in your career? In other words, what lights you up? What are you really good at? And what just makes you feel really alive? So for me, it's so I can be the guide, so you can be the hero. I love relationships. I love helping people. I love pushing people so they can do things that maybe before they thought was impossible. I'm not much of a numbers person, but so many important data points came in 2021 from the pre-assessments that I did with the dozen or so female leaders that I have been so blessed to work with some of their teams and larger scale facilitations, along with some pre-assessments that came in from a lot of speaking events. So literally thousands of data points. And I wanted to share some of them with you to give us some knowledge of how we can use them to move forward and also offer some solutions. So the first thing is that women, especially women who feel marginalized within our gender, we're still feeling silenced, overlooked, disregarded, and really disrespected, honestly, and not having the impact that we know that we could. And so what happens is that contributes to overwhelm, that contributes to really to having burnout. And so we want to address that and think of some solutions for that we're going to offer a little later on. And also is that change is happening. Everybody is aware that change is happening, but they're feeling like it's not happening soon enough. And before we move forward, I want to acknowledge all of the professionals that have dedicated their entire lives to trying, not their entire lives, but their entire careers to trying to make the workplace a diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace. And this is going to be the year of us just thinking about what is the impact that we could have if we took even more personal responsibility, if we as women were unencumbered by fear and doubt, and if we were able to help each other rise more. And that's really what's going to be the theme of the year. So we can come at this from both angles to empower women from, using the experts, the things that are happening behind the scenes in your companies, but also taking a personal responsibility even more for ourselves and also for each other. Now, I want you to imagine if we were unencumbered with fear and doubt, and we could inspire and support each other more, and we did band together, learn how to gain clarity and dream big, that could be incredibly powerful. Now, I want to share some good news and some hope, because over the last couple years, 2020, 2021, obviously during intense disruption for not just for COVID, but people exiting the workplace, for supply chain having issues and this and that. I've had the honor of working with someone, a senior female leader, who's helped her entire North American team to blow the doors off growth in 2020 and 2021. And not only that, have some other impact with her peers and leadership as well. But I want to share that it did not start that way. Earlier than this, having global meetings with peers, maybe she did not feel like she was being heard. Maybe she wasn't really having the confidence of her global peers. They were speaking over her in meetings, for example. And also she was really trusted by her CEO to get the job done, but she wasn't a trusted confidant. In other words, she wasn't part of that small elite group that he would go to for advice. Now, here's the thing. In the last couple years, she now has extreme clarity. Her vision is clear about the legacy that she wants to leave in her company, not just the legacy that she wants to leave in her company, but also her post-career legacy. And also she's built the confidence and learned the tools to influence up so she can influence from the top down. And this has been a total game changer. She has a front row seat at the table and a voice at the table now. And you might be wondering, well, what's different? She was already an amazing leader, but what's different is that she's able to believe in herself more, her vision's clear, but most importantly, she's able to influence up. She's just learned some new tools new mindset, how to really access a level of leadership that was maybe previously inaccessible, even though it was already there. Now, she's learned how to influence in a firm, confident, yet compassionate way. And it's shifting cultures, it's shifting her team. Like I said, they're blowing the doors off their growth targets, and really thriving during this intense time of disruption. Now, I just want to share that we can all make a bigger difference together. And there's a couple things that I wanted to share, kind of some insider information, if you will, what's going on here and what's coming up here for the upcoming year, and for me to understand if I can help you in any way. There's a couple things that we do here. One, as you probably know, is one-on-one coaching. So there's going to be 4 more spots open between now and the fall. There might be some more opening in the fall, but this is where we're at. I'm coming to you first because before we go out and end up filling it, on the outside and kind of with the public. So if I can help in any way, please email me directly. Also, I've had a lot of requests for some group coaching. Have not done that for a while. We're going to be putting something together in the near future. So if this is something that maybe you don't have the bandwidth for one-on-one, or maybe you're not feeling like that's for you, but a group situation is more for you, stay tuned and be sure and email me as well, because we're going to start a wait list for that, and stay tuned. We'll be hearing more about that at the end of next month. And then finally, lots of speaking is happening, planning for the International Day of the Woman and International Month of the Woman, I should say, and all sorts of speaking events that are coming. So if I can serve you in any way via the one-on-one, a wait list for the group, or having a conversation about a speaking event for your company or organization, or for your women in leadership group, please do reach out to me. Q1 is there's still some openings. March 8th, I believe, is the International Day of the Woman. That is closed, but there is some availability for the rest of March and certainly into Q2 and Q3. And also coming, there's going to be a surprise that I'm going to release to my community only, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming again towards the end of next month. I'll let you know a little bit more. And if you feel like it's your time, I encourage you to reach out. Let's have a conversation, because I want to be shoulder to shoulder with you, with your organization, or help any way that I can. And if you're feeling like maybe it's not the timing, or the timing's not right, that's totally fine too. Keep your eyes open for a community lunch and learn that's going to be coming up towards the end of the month. It's going to be a lunch and learn, and I'm going to open it up for Q&A. So if you want to let me know what's on your mind, what you really want to know about, be sure to email me at info@SherylKline.com. And again, all of these things are for members only. And if for some reason this got shared with you, or you're watching this somewhere else and you did not get a direct email from me, you're not in the Limitless Leader community, you can join at Sheryl@SherylKline.com, and I will make sure that you are in the loop for all of the things coming, and that you will have invitations as well. So I wanted to leave you with a little bit of homework. Okay, so the homework is, and one of the ways that this female leader that I was talking about in the case study, the first step to her being able to influence her leadership from the top, and that is really developing what's called tactical empathy, and what's called developing an eco mindset. So in other words, this is part of the Limitless Leader Roadmap course, and what it is ECO, ECO acronym, is for developing empathy, curiosity, and optimism, because a lot of times we do not understand what's going on in someone else's mind, and a lot of times we have formed opinions and judgments. And one of the ways that women tend to lose influence is by sounding angry or annoyed. And I'm not saying you don't deserve to sound angry and annoyed. I totally understand, and sometimes it's 110% valid. I'm just here to tell you that it might not get you what you want. So the next time you're going into a crucial conversation, especially one that could be emotionally charged, and especially one where you're going to influence up, you want to make sure that you have developed an eco mindset. In other words, empathy for the other person. That doesn't mean how must the other person feel. What you do is you think, I am that person. I am that person. What pressures are on me? What am I feeling right now? What's important to me? Just do a 360 evaluation as if you are that person, and then develop curiosity. In other words, what are my needs? What do I need? What would be an ideal outcome for me? What would be a win for me? And then finally, develop some optimism, because usually our default is to catastrophize, and that doesn't help things, because what we think in our mind ends up coming out our mouth, or what we're thinking in our mind makes us so emotional that we can't show up and deliver. And so we want to have an optimistic mindset. We want to think about, what is the desired result that I want? And how do I want this to turn out? And thinking through that way, rather than catastrophizing. So that is really the first step to developing tactical empathy, so you can influence, you can have the impacts, you can go from feeling silenced, disregarded, maybe even not respected, and having the impact you want and deserve, to feeling heard, valued, and respected, and also energized, because you're moving things in the right direction and you're really feeling like you're having the impact that you want and deserve. So remember, tactical empathy, first step is developing an eco mindset. I am here to cheer you on. Again, if the one-on-one coaching or the group, you want to get on the wait list, or you want to discuss speaking, go ahead and jump on my calendar or email me directly. And otherwise, stay tuned for our community event. I look forward to seeing you next time.